inspire some more activity in you, I would really love you to put your hands together for this fabulous person in the back here.
Ooh.
I go through a lot of bars, and it's definitely the first time that I come across a cocktail bar where the quotes are just as sweet and inspiring as the cocktails that they serve. And that takes a lot of guts to dare to put that together. So, great. Another announcement. This may come as a surprise, but there are poets on LinkedIn. You know, LinkedIn, the suit and tie business guys kind of platform. It's not that anymore. There's a lot of people out there putting artwork on there, putting inspirational videos on there, putting a lot of poetry on there. I'm one of the culprits myself. I must say, if you're like active, dynamic, you feel like engaging people with brains and heart, get yourself a profile out there and start looking. It's really worth it. So this is from my third book I published in December. It's all stream of consciousness. So we're just going to dive in there. We cannot run from ourselves, only grow wiser or face the consequences. The species at odds with itself, turning against itself. Every organ, nation, community, muscle, sinew, city, full blast firing neuron, every limb and continent, every bioelectric circuit, and all the mesmerizing mass media trying to outdo, outsmart, outsteal, outwit, outrun, outpower, outbullshit each other. How freaking far do you think that body is going to run, go, jump, even bloody simply stand? It's like a total spasmodic, incompetent, incongruent, incontinent, incapable survival impossibility. And yet that's us, as a species. The way we wage war, commerce, social cattle herding, dominance, submission, perversion, and all the other pretexts and pretenses we feed ourselves in hubris and flagellation. That is the condition humaine as a species at the moment. And that's precisely why I don't believe in competition, but in an ever-evolving cooperation. Because ask anyone who's ever had a seizure or a serious nerve spasm. Remember when you got so friggin' drunk you couldn't tell up from down, puke from food, nor pee from beer, and the grossest, fiercest, demonically grinning hangover came creeping out of the woodwork, tapping and scraping it gently, saying, tomorrow your head will feel like this. Agony is the feast's reward, and the detox will be hell, you beast of the feast. And they will tell you, or if you can drag the moment from the mist of memory and the shrapnel of your exploding past, you might remember how ludicrously futile, whimsical, and forlorn your loss of dominion over the body makes the human. And yet we as a species seem to undermine the fluent movement, the balance, the understanding, motor, muscle, nervous skills, the dance we could and rather should be dancing to the rhythm of the tides and the spin of the planet as she carries us through the universe, spinning like a celestial dervish in atomic ecstasy. So far, and for all our purpose and intent, as a body of species, the human species, the complete elemental biped, bi-armed, one-headed being human, is not even up on its knees, let alone standing facing our horizon stretched between the one sun close and the many far away. And we claim dominion? We excrete more industrial feces than the average diaper-bursting space toddler that runs around with a Napoleon hat and a phallic chewy toy it stole from the dog, smearing it out all over the planet with a big triumphant grin of mindless dominion on our shit-stained face. And yet maybe somewhere a parent species is laughing and bellowing at our antics, and maybe it's time we took a long and sustained Narcissus look into the depths of our oceans, till we drown in the waters and plastic soup close once more over our sorry ass and this tiny chapter in the history of Earth and its fur dwellers, let alone the universe. We dream. As a species, we dream ourselves into existence, into continuity, persistence, immortality. Yet we are but one of millions of species and life forms, critters, creatures, undead, and yet unborn, upon, within, and being this planet. This rounded space mother with the everlasting curves and the heel spin of a rock and roll ballerina. And our unconscious, unwitting, unwilling, unnerving dreaming is nightmarish to all the other species of dreaming. We are the one in the corner of the dorm who every night freaks the other kids by waking up screaming, lying there twitchy and nervous and mumbling in its sleep. We are the creeps in the dead of night of everything else living on this planet, and we don't even start to see it, let alone acknowledge our behavior as being exactly that, what we call inhuman when acted out within the species human. So how much is too much? Are we willingly swinging from the noose yet? Or do we still have time to learn how to feed our entire human species body and not trample all the flowers and swaddle the bees while we're at it? Are we swinging from the noose yet? Is it yet time for all the other species to amass with boo-hoos and yeah-hays and sweaty scrotums and steamy clumps waiting around the scaffold which we have erected for ourselves to watch us hang, kick, cry, piss, break, twitch, spasm and come as the universal curtain drops down like limp eyelids over broken eyes that fail to see? Are we swinging from the noose yet, with no thieves' air pipe halfway down the throat, no double rope down the back to hook our heels in and dampen the vertebrae shattering blow, no superhero species to come and whisk us away to the next Eden, no us, no I, no we, just was? Are we swinging from the noose yet? It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. There has to be danger for the heroes to come out. A fence around the playground beyond which the toddler has no dominion. A chastising yet forgiving reminder that our growing pains and ails, our shit-slinging and abuse, our tantrums and child emperor fallacies, fantasies, phantasmagoria, speciophobia, self-loathing, and joyous fear. Existence is that minder. Plain, painfully simple. You fuck up, you die. As a species. You fuck it up for another species, they die. But you will miss them like a brother, a sister, a limb, a soulmate, and most importantly, as a cell, a nerve, an organ, a spine in this greater being which makes up this living planet, teeming with endless variations of life forms that we know simply as planet Earth. The space body Earth, of which we too are but a cell, a microbe, a parasite. You fuck it up for one species too many, and the coughing, vomiting, purging defecation of this greater being Earth will exorcise you. Your rotting special corpse dispersing itself through outer space like flecks of dust and atoms of relentless dumbfoundedness. You, the human being. It doesn't have to be this Armageddon of stupidity, this inter- and intra-species hostility, this inertia of disbelief, as we set the kitchen curtain on fire and watch the world disappear in a blanket of thickening smoke, with no one on the hilltop to interpret our signals of morbid despair. The hills are hollow with graves of old and forgotten, but for their life songs melodies lingering in our DNA. Their voices echoing in the ever-changing winds and the creaking, cracking, crackling skulls of madmen, genius, pregnant women artists, and listening souls. Their dark-aged folly, like the stumbling, swaying, knee-jerking stagger of a drunk, a senile, a child barely learning to walk, an infant species, yet unaware of its true surroundings and the all-might that lives within it all, testing its relations and correlations by probing, tasting, smelling, ripping, kicking, shredding, hugging, kissing, riding, lying, stealing, dominating, shrieking, laughing, pissing, eating, and spitting on all and everything around, before morosely befuddled passing out into the other dream worlds, only to rise again looking for a bottle, a tit, or their own face in the mirror of ages, as life's light sets on the far horizon and the tide starts rolling out.